Okay. Before just I don't know what. How do you subscribe? Pull your pants down and subscribe.
Get your little fella out. Press the subscribe. What were you about to say?
You know, subscribe.
Please,
thank you.
You're taking food out of our mouths by not subscribing.
I mean, there's kids in Africa that would eat this subscription, so subscribe.
Yeah, do something good for once. You know what? You can subscribe and then never watch one of our videos. Keep pressing not interested, not interested, not interested, but stay subscribed.
You can thumbs them down.
Don't care.
You can leave vitriolic hate.
You know what they say.
Any
publicity is good publicity.
You can declare a jihad.
Sure.
You can initiate a genocide.
You have done.
We are not picky of our fans.
I'd rather that.
Actually, I prefer it.
Yeah,
I'd prefer
them to be mad.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for it.
Anyway, we can do a quick cut now because then you can cut to the part. Well,
I have an announcement too. So.
This is the Superordinary Podcast. The following conversations and statements don't represent the views of anyone, and listening is very
like an old man into a bath. Welcome to the Superordinary Podcast.
Episode 1.
Drink more juice.
It's the first episode.
Episode, yeah.
It's the first episode.
This is just an experiment.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Is it episode what? 30?
I don't know anymore.
Is it?
Because we've done some but haven't.
Yeah, like so some have been done and dusted, but they're not uploaded.
Some get duplicated.
Do they?
Like we do one and then it.
Oh yeah, some turn in. They split.
Yeah.
Like we record.
Mitosis.
Yeah, right. There's like so much content. It's content rich. It's dense, and
just like the lid chocolate.
Yeah,
you
like
consume up your nose.
Are we like sponsored yet or what?
Maybe. There might be some reference to that particular brand of chocolate, but
look, this is the orb. This is a
nutritious orb.
A 1/30th to scale reproduction of the Vegas orb. Did you know that?
No.
Very impressive that they replicated such a complex shape.
Is U2 in there as well?
A 120. let me. Sandy. Yeah, just like I think maybe they're in there. Hello, Bono.
Are you still alive?
I've always wanted to eat the Vegas sphere.
Were you gonna say Bono?
Yeah, I had to. I know. I had to.
I want to eat Bono.
I really don't want to. All right, let's
taste filthy.
Let's do the sphere.
A cross section. Get it back out.
Yeah, no.
Get really close to the camera. No.
It's good. Lindt. Apparently Lindt's going to have to be our new sponsor, seeing as Dare has been like lazy as shit.
Yeah, where's your Dare drink?
My Dare drink?
Yeah. Is it down Dare? Or is it coming out?
Okay, Gorilla. Aren't you?
Look at me go.
Demon Days. But,
It's the only album I've heard.
Oh, okay. It's the best one.
No.
Alright.
You know me and my music taste, that's right up my alley.
It's the best one. It's good. It's like I would describe it as a spherical...
It's like a...
Hey.
I know I'm wearing the Canadian land shirt, but...
Yeah, I can't do... Okay. I cannot do the Canadian accent. It'll run away.
Oh, sorry about that, eh?
Oh, sorry. I don't know about that sorry.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that, eh? It's very... see, you're going to run your language onto something really different, not quite right. Alright? Alright, let me try and do...
Yeah, it's more Scottish.
Well, that's it. Yeah, but that's where I'll end up.
Ooh, sorry about that, eh? You gotta drop your IQ a bit.
Good. It's like...
You gotta go down and play some hockey, eh?
About that thing we did the other day.
They don't have that
Oh my god.
straight away.
It's so bad.
Your accent.
I can't do Canadian because it's like it's not American, it's not anything.
It's Canadian.
It's weird. I can't do it. Everything's a boot and a hoot and a brute.
You just gotta speak really slowly and...
What's the deal with Canada? You know, we do get like these weird vagrant Americans watching, so they might actually enjoy a bit of
Canada blasting.
Yeah.
Very icy. No, I suppose I can't really say that, can I?
What's the difference between Canada and Queensland?
The heads.
There's no difference. Nah, yeah, they're pretty different. I feel like
One's hot.
steamy.
and you just don't like being around those people. And then the other one's Queensland. Canada.
Canada's hot. Yeah, no, I'll take Canada.
You know what's good about Canada? Aurora
Snow?
Borealis.
Oh my god. This time of the day,
Yeah, and
this
it's
location.
located entirely within that continent.
Yeah. I've seen it.
I haven't.
Oh,
Well, I've seen pictures.
a moment of
I like how-
memorandum.
I like how everyone gets.
Cam grabs you by the wrist. We just have to do that now every time anything's sad.
Just the screen goes grey with the raindrops coming down it.
It's a little moment. Yeah, what were you going to say?
I like how people are like, oh, you have to see this, you have to see this. But in the
Mate, you
modern
gotta
day-
see it.
Modern day technology, I can see it whenever I want.
That's not the same.
Yeah, but people say that.
I've seen it and I'm telling you it's not the same.
Yeah, but then you think about Mona Lisa, right?
I've seen it
Yeah, great.
twice.
You want me to give you the number to the salvos?
I would love it. I want to win an award. I did Mona twice. Lisa. Artist. Paint.
Fuck
Sorry.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And Leonardo DiCaprio. Leo! No,
Yeah, but everyone
Yeah.
thinks the Mona Lisa is this massive, huge piece of artwork because all the photos are super zoomed in, and then you see it and it's like a postage stamp.
Have you been
know?
there?
Never. I've established this. I've never been there.
It's definitely, you get hit by the magnitude of what you're seeing. I mean, it's a painting.
Well, that's because it's the guy's camera behind you. It's trying to leap over you. That's that
Yeah.
feeling.
I remember walking into the room and being struck by the sight.
That was the security guard because you were throwing a can of oil at it or a
Oh!
skin of soup.
Ooh, fun fact. When I was in England, in Harrods, and I went to the jewellery department and there was a watch, and it was like £250,000.
Neat.
Very expensive watch. Yeah, horrendous, by the way. It was hideous. And so I took a photo.
Wasn't Bear Grylls' watch, was it?
Bear Grylls.
Yeah, here's his own watches.
We don't need time where we're going.
Just a pocket knife.
just a pocket knife and a small child. Both will stow away. And when you need to eat, you're going to have to get the job done. Both will come in handy. Both will work together.
Kills the child for no reason.
Yeah, right. If you haven't already suffocated your child, as I've expressed, it's a good idea. You will want to slit the wrist.
I need some water. And I don't want to pee in the bag again.
But yeah, no, basically, I was at Harrods taking a photo of a very expensive watch. And a security guard, a big fella, didn't like it. And they didn't come up to me and be like, excuse me, they're English. Like, hey, Scout, back up. And they didn't come up to me and like freak out.
speak
You know what they
English,
did? They just followed me for quite a while, like a few minutes. They just followed me and then they came up and he's like,
Excuse me, sir, you need to leave.
no, he's just like, can you delete the photos? I'm like, what photos? You can't take photos in here. Delete them. And I'm like, okay. And then he was like, you have to leave.
I like the best part about that. So, like,
like,
if you have an iPhone, you can delete the photo, but it goes
It goes
into
on
like
the cloud.
yeah, it goes into a backup storage, and they're like, get out. You just go back. You just restore
No,
it.
but what am I going to do with a photo of a watch?
Look at
Do
it.
you think I'm casing the joint?
Well, it didn't help that you stood there for every second of every day taking a photo, so that way you could just put your phone on your thing and swipe through the times.
Just put my phone on my
What's the
wrist.
time? 12:30.
Wow, you own that watch? Like someone's so dumb they don't even see the phone. Like,
The huge phone hanging over.
that's a nice watch.
Thank you. I got it at Harrods.
Yeah, but like Harrods.
Harrods.
I got there. That's actually more
like
Canadian.
Harrods.
More Canadian. Harrison Ford. Yeah, so that was interesting. Getting like harassed.
Because those English, they can smell an Aussie from a mile away.
You reckon?
Yeah, any chance to get a moral victory.
I reckon maybe it's because I was white. I was a white boy.
A pure white
Yeah,
boy.
I was a pure white boy.
The pure white.
They didn't trust a white boy in England.
Well, because you didn't have any stab marks on you.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't have a knife protruding from my body, so they're like, oh, he must be from out of town.
You also didn't have like a puffer jacket on.
Who's this guy think he is? He doesn't even have a bloody knife wound.
Problem is your arm as well. It's too big for England. You got to have really skinny like noodle arms. And you got to say bruv at the end of your sentence.
Bruv.
Yeah,
In it.
In it.
Oh, look, we love England. We love it. Big fans of the show, England.
Really don't. I could do without you. I could really do without you.
Yeah, like they've got issues, there's no doubt.
There is not one thing
We can just,
right.
we'll
with
just
it.
insult every nation one by one.
But no, we never insulted Canada. We like Canada.
We love Canada.
Don't like Queensland, like Calendar.
We're moving to calendar.
Calendar?
Sound like you said calendar.
I didn't say calendar.
There's 12 months of a year in Canada,
Yeah, and each month is different.
and each month has a Canadian on the picture,
November's moose.
topless.
Topless.
It's a topless moose.
No, it's just got like a bra hanging off. Yeah.
Topless moose calendar is what you get when you want to be a bit risque in
Oh.
Canada. Or
And then they call it the moose
Well,
knuckles.
I can't do it without going Scottish. Oh, did you see that? Did you see?
What was that?
Ah,
Did you see?
not finished. Did you see that moose calendar, eh? No, oh my God, as soon as
It's just-
Did you see that
No.
moose calendar?
No.
Eh?
No.
I don't know, it's a weird accent. I've never practiced it and I never use it.
But your lookalike is from there.
I know. And he... I mean, he's Canadian, so...
I know.
Oh, and I can't do it. I gotta practice it, maybe.
There's a moose in the hoose.
All right, yeah. What's that about?
Yeah, there you go. You just need like one or two trick
I need
words
to
get you
relax and not go
there.
so
Yeah, you're
hard.
thinking too hard about it. You're tensing.
There-
You gotta.
There's a
Learn from
there's a
grandma.
moose.
You gotta relax
There's
your
a moose
throat.
about.
Relax
Relax
your
your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so grandma, the great grandmother of the show.
Dead, alive now, dead, gone again.
I mean, I messaged her. I said, "Where are you?" And she nothing, silence. She must be dead again. But anyway, she's very.
Wherever
she's
she's-
got a lot of advice for.
she's somewhere up
for
there.
the throat.
Yeah, she always had throat tactics.
She's like, "Don't worry." Like she's like, "Just loosen the throat." That was her go-to in pretty much any situation. She's like, "Let me
Relax and breathe through the nose.
Let me get my throat ready." It was a classic line of grandma's. You never know exactly what she has in mind.
Himalayan throat.
Himalayan throat singing. Yeah, grandma is a lesbian. But Canada...
Isn't that just a
Oh.
wasted appendage then if you're a lesbian? Like the throat's no longer useful.
Well, I mean, there's different types of lesbians these days. So. The throat's no longer useful. Oh my God. That's so gross. The throat.
Cure.
It's not useful. So how's the Rona treating you?
Not good.
Remember, like, do you reckon, I don't know if anyone on this who watches this show has heard of the coronavirus. The
How old is our audience?
And like, there's not many podcasts that have ever talked about it. I've really noticed there's a lack of podcasts that bring up COVID. They don't talk about it.
I think the great catalyst of podcasts was COVID because every man and their dog decided
They're like,
they could do it.
stay home. Yeah, that's why we got on board at the peak.
After actually.
We got on board at the collapse.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a very high chance that we made it.
just as podcasts had peaked and were going downhill, we're like, let's get on.
We are very much the epiphany of buy high,
Epiphany?
sell low.
Epitome.
Epitome.
Oh my God. Sorry, I just know my brain. I was like, what?
No, I said epiphany. I'm saying it wrong.
Wrong. I know the best words.
We're
I don't
definitely
let 'em
not shooting
slip.
this at like 8:30 at night
It doesn't matter what the time is. We get the pod done.
after a long day's work.
Right. We come here tired late at night and do a podcast and then have some random on the internet say it's not good enough. Like, it's
Who
like
doesn't understand the joke?
we
Yeah.
don't
Okay.
ask for anything. Click the home button and leave.
I love how he spent more energy typing that than we do producing. Hell, this place wasn't even set up about 20 minutes ago.
Set up.
Yeah.
You know.
The 52nd floor of the super ordinary college or whatever we call
The
it.
bloody elevator's broken.
It's a long walk.
Best they had to carry us like Sherpa style, one by one, up the stairs. And there was a lot of stairs to get to the 52nd level.
The only good thing is we could fireman slide down because it's one of those like...
And the problem is, you know, it's fine for you. Best day, you went straight there. But me, with best day, I had multiple periods of distraction.
Why'd you wink at me?
I didn't wink. Yeah.
Look at the camera.
I know I sort of winked, but that wasn't really meant to be a wink. It was just
We
a
had
twitch.
moments of weakness.
I had a twitch in my eye.
And these moments of weakness.
I'm not being subtle.
Look, we knew you blew her on the them on the stair.
I didn't know such thing. Hey,
Slander.
you're the one who's talking about the usefulness of the neck, of the throat. I don't employ any such technique.
I'm just calling it as I sees it.
You can see how you want. Well, look, Best Day and I.
You're the reason we're late because we have to. You went down on the slide first, and you're going down, inching your way down. I just
Look,
wanted to-
we finally arrived. I finally arrived, and Best Day's glasses were a bit of, and their hair was ruffled, and their lipstick had run a bit. But that wasn't me. It's a lot of stairs.
Oh, I understand
It's
that.
a lot of stairs. And anyway, this is.
We got a friend of the pod.
I have many friends in nature. The trees.
The geckos.
There's literally a gecko right here.
Again.
No, but everyone goes on about what do you talk about on this podcast? What is it about? It's a podcast about nothing. Is that so hard to grasp?
We are the Steinfeld of podcasts.
It's this Steinfeld. I guess it's all off. It's like nothing. No note gets hit properly though. But yeah, this is.
Do you think there's notes here? There's nothing behind this table. It's not even synced with our voices like his is when he does like the intro.
Jared Steinfeld. Yeah.
It's actually over us when we're not talking. It's quiet.
And the crowd just boos.
Wouldn't be any different.
That's fine. I mean, we have a crowd. That's the thing.
I was gonna say.
You could say this is anyone who comes and like wants to comment that it's shit. I'm like, thanks for coming.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for
One
coming.
step closer to getting money.
And also we need to do something. I realized we made a big mistake with this.
We didn't put a timer on?
No. Oh.
No, you don't leave for this pod. Tastes like a Jaffa now because I had
deep into this
I had
pod.
the chocolate first.
Good 20 minutes deep.
What? I said it tastes like a Jaffa now because I had the chocolate first.
We interrupt this program to bring startling revelations. Horrible news.
No, we need to get the breaking news banner.
Yeah.
We need to do the intro of like those people where they're just like, they're looking real busy and then they turn to the camera and they're like, your earpieces in your other ear.
Oh.
Yes.
Actually, I've started. You wouldn't see it because it's on my personal account. I should do it with the Super Ordinary account. Subscribe to the Super Ordinary Twitter. X account. Oh my god, Elon Musk is going to come shoot me. The X account,
Formerly Twitter.
Twitter.
Come on, we did a whole episode about this.
Well, sort of. And anyways,
It's labelled. It should have been labelled.
Wasn't it?
anyway. No, you didn't call it X formerly
I
Twitter.
did. I was like Todd Howard's eggnog on X, formerly Twitter, or some shit. Todd Howard nogs on X, formerly Twitter.
Was that it?
Yeah.
I just saw Todd Howard and I clicked on it.
Todd Howard gets jucy, slurpy eggnog all over X.
Because everyone thought we were going to sit there and bash him for 20 minutes and instead we did the opposite.
So we didn't barely mentioned him.
Once.
Just
we
his
mentioned
name.
he was drinking his cum.
We should do a whole episode on God Howard. No. So on
Anyway, your announcement after the detail.
well, before I get to that, on my personal X account, I've started
which you'll drop right here.
I will not. I replied to Albanese. I suppose now you can actually probably find me because there's not that many replies.
He's on X.
Yeah, and one of them.
While you're talking, I'm
they're so fake, mate. No, don't do it. But one of them
I
is
want to see what you're referencing. I didn't even realize he was on there.
one of them is he had the earpiece. It was just him doing a presser.
Sure.
And he had an earpiece, and I'm like, what's with the whole Agent Smith thing? Because it's the clear, it's the transparent one. It legit just looks like Agent Smith. And for those who aren't aware, Albanese is a rare type of fish that gets canned here in Australia. It's highly potent. It's renowned for its nauseating bile-like scent. It's famous to clear a room is referred to as to Albanese. So because you open a can and you clear a room. So in Australia, this is a fun fact for all the Americans watching. When anything disgusting happens, stinks, someone does a massive shit, everyone will be like, "Whoa, what, you Albanese?" Mate, you really are. Don't go in there. It's all Albanese. You know what I mean? But Total Tools. Australian memes. It's just at its finest, right?
Well, that's great. Sorry.
Good on you, Tracy.
Yeah, well done,
Shout out to Tracy Lee 07
underscore
07 on X.
Liar in the lodge.
Doing
Yes.
God's work.
Did you comment on this one?
Nah. It's
trying to look for it.
Just don't look for me.
But I want to see the photo. Keep going.
Annie Wong. beautiful woman.
Where's Agent Albo?
Oh my god. In my defense, I'm anti all politicians, except maybe this one.
He's not a politician.
He's not a politician. He's a god.
Yes.
He's a leader.
Where's Agent Smith?
But
That might have been a translator, to be honest with you.
the news I had to break is politically related.
Oh, it's a miracle. Oh, we're definitely not on this podcast to be.
It's a political pod.
Yeah, we might.
Maybe that's what we'll call it. So basically, the news is for the first time since 1956.
Oh my god.
For the first time since 1956, there's a
White House.
There's a White House 2, baby. The first fight was so like good on pay-per-view that they're bringing it back. This time it's Trump versus Biden 2. Ding, ding, ding. Main event.
One?
Nah, I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
Far away.
I don't really like these. He posts a lot. Well, okay. One of the other things is all these like people, these politicians who post that's not really them posting. I mean, you can say what you want about Trump being like, they're weak, they're fake, but at least it's him.
It's him, yeah.
At least it's him. They'll be like, oh, his wording is like, he has terrible like vernacular or whatever. I'm like, it's him, but...
I'd love to see like POV videos of Albanese. So like you can tell that these are just like the press releases, right?
And we are dedicated to the women.
The women. Labour's tax cuts are about a fair go.
All he does is go on about tax cuts, and apparently there basically aren't any.
Dozens and dozens of
And then he goes on about women. I mean, he's obsessed with women.
whore.
I don't get it.
Gigolo. I want to see. I want to see. Look at this. They had the perfect opportunity. Look.
What? I like how we're the
Look,
only podcast that does something where we look at media and we don't actually show it. We just...
Here, you can zoom in on that. He literally has taken a photo with this dude, but they didn't take that photo that's there.
Right, the
They've
selfie doesn't go online.
No.
His professional photographer does. And that's because he doesn't have an account, and it's not even on his phone. He doesn't even have the app installed.
You reckon he even took a photo? Look, he's being touched by kids. What is this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he'd be good on the radio. But that's the
He's
thing.
got a face for radio.
Yeah, mate. You people listen to the radio and you don't see shit. Why should we show you anything?
Actually, you know what? I do have
only
a problem
put-
with that. Nowadays, those stupid radio things are converting their...
it's converting into podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they're just slapping a camera on like one or two spots in the room.
And they're just in a room in a radio station.
But then they're double dipping, right? So they get paid to make the...
Yeah, they get all the ad sponsors and then they sell their pod.
Yes, and get more sponsors.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
Why has Lint not sponsored us?
You want me to send an email?
Tell them.
Okay.
Tell them we have explosive love
Pace.
for Lint.
We love Lynn. I'll send him, you know what? I'll send him a snippet of the Australia Day episode from last year.
Lint, rabbit. I mean, I gotta admit, like that'll like if no one ever watches. And that was
you
a
imagine?
thing, right? Like that was like
Could you
what
imagine
happened on that Australia Day pod?
Could you imagine poor old Sally or whoever it is in like,
Lynn, Australia.
at, like marketing getting an email from some weirdo called the producer who was signed as producer. We'd love you to sponsor our pod. Just give us chocolate. We don't care. And then the clip in question is just you being like, we support terrorism in our cafes. They'd have like a meltdown.
I think they'll be on board. I think it works for the multinational.
I'd get a phone call from the CEO being like, you're on the watch list.
Right, I'll be like, take that video down. I'm like, fight me. It's like it'll go from asking for like sponsorship to being in
See you in court,
yeah. So no one watched this, no one spread this because Lint will kill us. The Swiss don't muck around. But the truth is, on the day of the siege, I was sitting in my recliner, feet up, gut out, slamming down a few Lint bunnies, and mate, I was very upset.
You know the worst part about that Lynn Cafe siege? I was trying to get through into the cafe to see if my brother was in there because I needed to save him. Turns out he was in Dural, but still,
Oh my god, you stole that joke. Wading through the streets on 9/11 through the blood and the bone.
Turns out he was in Northern Canada.
I have a 9/11 joke. I know him very well.
I know, it's great.
I know. Oh my god.
I was almost tempted to get the cards and read out the jokes.
Oh yeah. I've thought of doing that, but I'm like,
We should do that when we
should we do it?
You know what we should do? When we have the third host back on,
We'll give her cards.
to read out, but then we'll have ones as well.
How long have you watched it?
Me?
Yeah.
When did Mike Tyson Mysteries come out? Because that's basically when I got introduced to
That was
him.
ages ago.
That's what I mean. Around then is when I got
Oh, the
introduced to
pigeon.
him. Yeah.
So he steals that show.
I know. And it's crazy that Mike Tyson is actually voicing
So
Mike
weird.
Tyson.
Yeah, I can't believe that's a real thing.
I mean, everyone gives him shit for not being a great voice actor, but it's just like, it's Mike Tyson.
Have you seen the interview Mike Tyson did with Norm Macdonald?
On his podcast or just...
Oh no, it's like I think it's separate to his podcast.
There is one where he did it with his on the podcast, and Mike was basically trying to get him to say the N word.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Is that the podcast?
It's well, it could have been someone else's podcast.
Yeah, I think it might be
He's like,
something
I say it with
else.
my
Yeah,
friends, but I'm not
yeah. He's
saying
like, oh, I
it
say it all the time at home.
I don't want you to say it
Oh
on
my
camera.
god, that's he's like, say it, hunky, say it.
Say
He's
it,
like, well,
crack
I say it all the time.
I'll say it off air
at home.
too. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good. He's like willing to get hit by Mike Tyson and,
'cause Mike
and
Tyson's,
hold
like,
the joke.
swinging
Right? Yeah,
at
he's
him.
like he's
And
gonna
he's,
go
like,
down
trying
with
to
the
block
joke,
him,
like
yeah.
literally.
But the best part is Mike had never heard him.
Nah, like I mean, Mike Tyson is crazy, but he's probably not that
Nah,
gone.
not a chance.
You hear he's versing Jake Paul?
I hope he turns Jake Paul into a McChicken.
But that's the thing. Everyone keeps saying that. That's
won't
why.
happen.
That's why people keep watching. I mean, Jake Paul's pretty smart. I mean,
He picks the right people
all he does is keep having fights, and everyone's like, "Oh, I want to see him get smashed," and he doesn't. And then
because they throw a fight. It's like
yeah, like what's going to happen here?
who
Like,
was it? Logan Paul and that other guy.
oh, wasn't it bloody
I can picture him. Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather?
Moyd Flavor.
Moyd Flayweather took on
That was just a money fight. I know.
Cake Paul.
I know Mayweather just does money fights now, which is
He
fine.
eats
earns
money.
yeah, I know. But that's what they call the money
He
fight.
eats money.
I remember there was that video where he's going to a strip club, but it's his strip club, and he's filling it up with this money, and they're wheeling it in on like a
He
dolly.
has his own strip club.
Well, you got to make money, spend money to make money. is the
Oh my
mentality.
god.
But that's the thing. Why does everyone in America, they're always like getting their $1 bills, and they're like, "Oh, this is great."
Right, yeah.
It's like
I'm loaded.
like we have
It's
the
like $100.
we have the best money in the world, and we're just like, "Yeah, here's a card."
True, we have the best money, we don't even use it.
I was tempted to like get a whole bunch of it and just stick it on a table.
US $1.
I don't want that shit.
Oh, our one. Oh,
Yeah.
our beautiful. You know, Canada copied our money.
What is it?
Take that shit off.
Intimidation.
Yeah. All right, Canada.
Intimidation is the most sincere form of flattery, or whatever the saying is.
What is going on with you tonight?
What?
You're literally like mixing words. You're conflating words again and again.
I'm so tired.
Not intimidation. It's flattery.
Flattery. It's the most sincere form.
Sorry, no.
No, I said
imitation. Sorry, imitation. No,
Imitation.
you said yeah.
Yeah, and I said yeah.
Yeah, not flat. Now I'm losing the plot. Imitation, not.
Yeah.
What did you say the first time?
No.
You said intimidation. The first
Intimidation.
time.
Yeah, I meant to say imitation. Imitation.
And you know how you've made it, and I have not let one go. I've not let one slide. I'm the house every time.
you, every-
I'm like, what did you say?
You're finally getting payback for me every time you misspeak, just off camera.
I mean, they don't know that.
Now they do.
No, they do.
They know I
No one's-
nail you 24/7.
No one's watching.
It's not my fault you shotgunned the coffee up your nose before this.
I mean, you did what I put up my ass. And when I
was wondering what you were doing in the bathroom.
I've already
I
talked.
heard a lot of moaning, and
Did
then
you not see? So Grandma and I talked a lot about a boss
what-
enema.
I don't watch what she does.
So
Even when I'm here, I space out.
her idea was we get a can of Boss. Or was it my idea?
Probably yours.
Spread the cheeks.
She never has any good
pop
ideas.
the can, and you just and then you just get a nice
suppository.
coffee enema. Exactly. It's a beautiful thing.
What if it absorbs? Is it then so?
Oh yeah, I got to watch my caffeine intake.
Because enema implies it's coming out.
Well, it will come out.
But if your body absorbs it,
It's not going to absorb a whole can. Although mine might.
I was gonna say, well, who's yours?
Imagine if I could take a can from both ends. Now you're really getting
That'd
into
be
some,
like-
OnlyFans.
That'd be like a. Where would they meet? The lower colon?
the heart.
No, because the top would already go through.
Just the colon. I don't know. I'm not really like into anatomy. I refuse to
It's like,
acknowledge.
it's like the fusion dance, you know, where they and then they touch in the middle and it becomes like super boss. And
They should have done the real slow, just
like the ET.
and then gone.
It's like there's a diagram of just behind of someone's like anatomy diagram.
Yuck.
And while you're talking about that.
No, that's the thing. I do my very best to refuse to acknowledge the reality
The
of
green screen.
of the biological vessel that I have to inhabit
Do you
and
just
use to, as a vehicle through the world.
Which is why your ass is falling out.
I'm not a fan. Oh, actually, I just remembered I have an idea for this podcast.
Wait, did you even say what your thing was? Anyway, I can't
I had
remember.
a thing?
At the start, you're like, we've got breaking news.
Oh, shit.
Did we even get to that?
This is so meandering.
The comment was right.
I'm like, that's the point. The day we're not meandering is the day we shut down. What do you mean it's meandering?
Of
course it's meandering.
If we've wasted your time, that's job done for us.
No, but the whole point of a podcast, at least for me, is like you're doing something, you're driving, whatever, you put it on. I don't want...
We want you to be driving, almost get T-boned by someone, you yell out the window at him, and then you come back and you hear us talking about like butt coffees, and you're like, fuck, what'd I miss?
You've moved on from George Lucas to suppositories, and no one questions it.
But then they're like, oh, we've got to go back and listen, and then you hear the natural progression, you're like, oh yeah,
I see how they made that jump. I see it.
Who watches a podcast? You listen to a podcast.
I often...
You're lucky that we've even got the camera on.
I actually often turn the audio off podcasts and I like watch them.
You watch it.
Yeah.
But then you just see Joe Rogan just be like, yeah,
That's right, mate.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bald head.
And he just nod. That's the one thing I don't like about him is he just nods yes and no. He asks mundane questions.
Oh, he's pretty good actually. His interviews are pretty good.
Yeah, but he asks the same
But he
questions.
gets interesting people, so it's easy.
I was going to say, it's the people that carry the show, whereas someone like our hero Norm Macdonald, he carries the...
Well, I mean, he's a god. You shouldn't compare them.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the duality, right? Both of them are considered apex of the form.
Norm doesn't even just say anything.
No.
He can just like look at the clock and be like, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He gets the
I don't know about that time. That time stuff, man. Like, the thing, like, imagine...
His joke is so good because the first time you hear it, it's like a drunk guy walking on a tightrope and you're like, he's never going
to get there.
And then the second time you listen to it, you're like, oh.
That's a genius.
Yeah.
He's a mad genius.
He's only acting drunk.
No. One metric is literally if you put a podcast solo of Joe Rogan or if you put a solo one of Norm.
What's the...
I don't know, actually, yeah, I'm not sure what Joe Rogan is solo... Like, look, why are we ripping on Joe Rogan? It's like we're literally an ant... like trying to destroy the foundations of like the Empire State Building.
Who cares? If he brings enough negative publicity, we don't care.
Well, I'm a fan, but if like belittling him means helping...
We're not belittling him. I'm just saying I'm not a personal fan of his form of questioning. If he changes his questions... I like the host. Not the host. I like the guests they get on. They're interesting.
And it's a hot take.
The stuff he talks about is good. I just don't like the fact that if you break it down, his questions are all the same and similar. It's not a hot take.
It's hot. And they're taking it.
Suppository?
It's hot. This is the hot take segment.
I can't sit...
Run the script.
I can't sit there and be like, it's not successful because it clearly is.
So this is your hot take?
No.
What exactly is your hot take with his
I never had one.
The way... No, but you said there's something about like his...
The questions.
All right, imagine I'm on there. Who do you want me to be? I'll be Dan Aykroyd. All right.
Dan Aykroyd.
I'm Dan Aykroyd. I've got my crystal skull. And I'm like, Joe, you don't understand, Joe.
So...
You don't understand. It's crystal skulls, Joe.
This crystal skull vodka, it's crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Joe, it is. It's so crazy.
What made you think of it? Like, what happened?
Well, there's this...
There you
got me going, but...
Yeah, there it is.
But, you really had it like right at the beginning.
Yeah.
This crystal skull, this is crazy, man.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Despite the fact that JonTron made a whole video about Crystal Skull.
Why doesn't Joe Rogan watch JonTron?
Fuck, could you imagine? He'd rip him apart.
JonTron?
Yeah.
You reckon?
No, I suppose. He's probably good after the jokes.
They respect each other, I reckon.
Oh, easily.
JonTron on Joe Rogan would be interesting. Hear him interviewed.
Just hope he doesn't talk about immigrants again.
Right, he doesn't do any... I don't know, whatever. Like, he has an entitled to his opinion.
I was going to say,
why do they have to destroy him?
But he...
Because it's not PC.
And then he came back with flex tape. And
Yeah.
yeah, that was crazy.
I never understood the hate. I was just like, he's got
His
an
parents
opinion.
are
Calm
immigrants,
down.
weren't they?
Yeah.
That's why it didn't make sense. Like,
Oh, look, he has an opinion. Like, whatever. I don't even remember it being that invalid either. To
like
be honest.
nowadays, that's a pretty soft.
It's a much more common. Yeah.
I've seen people
All I
say worse and get away with it.
All I remember is that dude as evidence. John Tron just talked about like the cultural, like this is my memory is so loose, but it's something about
So long ago.
the cultural fabric of Japan is so unified, and he used it as an example of the solidarity, like of I see why, but anyway, and the guy's like, he took that example and was like, Japan is actually really racist. Like you just proved my point, and like now that I've been there, I'm just like.
Whose side are you on?
Jontron. I'm on Jontron's side. He's right. They definitely are something you can look to as a really good society.
Yeah, but their laws are so strict, which is why the society's considered
and that's
good.
what Jontron's arguing for. And I'm not saying he's right or wrong. But like, calm down. Like, who cares?
You're just not allowed to have an opinion anymore. If it's not,
Yeah, pretty much. And that's what happened though. He's
Yeah, I
like,
know.
Jontron's like, fine, I won't have opinions anymore. I'll just do my funny videos. And like, I agree with
and
him.
his opinions do come through.
Sometimes
You can tell.
and which is probably the way to do it.
Middle finger by.
I mean, no one's going to try and destroy this show because no one cares.
Well, that one guy might. But that's what we want. We want people to destroy this show.
Yeah, no, we
This is like a pin cushion. You destroy it, we win.
pretty much. Yeah.
But if you don't let it go on, if you don't stop it, we win. It's a win-win for
should I
us.
check?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, like actually, I mean, this has been pretty good. I don't know if she had been here, it would have definitely. It does change the dynamic, having an audience.
Does it? I feel like we're at the point now where it doesn't.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Nah, it used
We've
to.
matured.
No, I wouldn't say we've matured. We're just comfortable in the insanity.
We don't even care anymore.
Actually, I'd rather have no audience because, not to say I get stage fright because I don't.
He
but
does. You should see him before the show, shaking and vomiting.
I gotta do like a tactical whiz and a vomit.
We do
before
so
I-
many takes trying to start. I'm like, just come on shot. Come on
It's
shot.
like it just keeps misfiring.
What were we talking about? Lesbian bakeries.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other day I went
They
to...
took another one, did they? Well, they took Grandma.
Yeah, the other day, because Grandma...
Oh, hold on. The breaking news.
Oh, shit.
Before we... Unless you... Whatever, just do whatever.
All right, the breaking news. Look, yeah, so there's...
I'll remember lesbian bakery.
there's crucial breaking news.
I like how this
but
was teased at the start of the
it's-
second section, and now we've had to wait a whole 20 minutes.
It's not good news, though.
That one guy's going to be mad.
I've been really... He's going to be like, you meandered so bad. You meandered so bad.
Talk about something interesting.
Yeah, right. Find something to talk about. We're looking for it.
We're trying, man.
meandering around looking for it. That's the.
To get from A to B, there's a part in the middle. All right?
Apparently, it's
We're getting there.
Apparently, it's dull. I don't know what to say.
like how-
I mean, 5 seconds into that thing, I almost felt like I almost died. I don't. It's not my life being risked. Anyway, whatever. There's fish.
What other podcast is filmed in a sub-basement of a highly successful school of intelligence? The breaking news.
Breaking news. It's not good news, but
breaking.
Superordinary brings the sad news. It's hard to even actually.
I'm with them. I don't even know what you're
It's-
talking
it's
about. I
hard.
wasn't there for the meeting.
It's hard to get around to talking about it, but there's been a death.
Another one.
Another one. This time not directly associated with us, but
Do I know who did?
yeah, probably.
Oh, okay.
George Bush Senior.
Senior?
Yeah, he's dead.
Gotta get a photo of it. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, George Bush
Senior.
Senior. He's gone. And we don't have any particular. I don't know. Do you even have an opinion on him? You don't even know who he is.
I'm about to find out if I
But
have an
he
opinion on it.
did die. So I thought we should just at least tell the news because people want us to have things to talk about.
Oh my gosh, they're making a Little Nicky sequel?
Great. So now we have things to talk about, and now you know he's dead.
George
So
Bush Senior.
Yeah. No, we'll get the hot take. We'll get the hot take.
My gosh, he died in November 2018.
I've been getting around to it.
Oh,
it's breaking. We hadn't broken it yet.
Okay.
So I finally broke it.
He only served one term though.
Weak. Clinton.
What are the chances that Barbara Bush also died in 2018?
I don't know.
Also, what's the chances? Is he related to George W. Bush?
Yeah,
Son.
Junior. And then, of course, you have the greatest American politician of all time, Jeb Bush.
Jeb Bush.
Yeah.
Joe Biden is a total loser.
Sleepy Joe. Yeah, so
the lesbian bakery. now we
oh,
got that
right.
out of
I
the
love how you can remember these things because I was gone.
way. You were about to go on a meandering, dull tangent.
I was going to meander all over this joint. Hashtag meandering.
Flew up my nose.
I don't know. In between my heroin use on the weekend,
Sure.
I was like, I just really feel like some lesbian yeast right about now.
You got that taste.
Yeah, I got that heroin. It reminds me.
That's a
and
10.
That's a 10. Just testing out the lesbians. And yeah, I was just hanging around some of the lesbian bakeries, and they really know their way around a loaf.
Which is surprising.
Yeah.
They know how to freshly bake them.
I don't know, you walk in there and it's just like,
They were parking loaves everywhere.
ooh, it's yeasty.
It was very hot in there.
It's steamy. They
You gotta
have a
miss-
whole section of cakes that just titled moist.
Moist.
Yeah, moist. Moist and yeast.
You got to admit, their
Moist and yeasty.
cutting skills.
That's
with
the name of the
with
bakery.
Scissors, moist and yeasty.
Yeah. They're all about scissors.
They love cutting the boxes like. Sometimes, occasionally, just two scissors hit each other. And they're like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They
I picked that up.
Yeah,
Isolate.
but they won't isolate. But they won't be like. That's the thing with lesbians. You imagine them like all like feminine.
You just imagine them. I'm imagining it.
The thing with lesbians is you close
were
your eyes.
So close.
And you do,
to saying lesbians.
No, I was going to say
McLesbians.
McLesbians.
Go for the
Oh my god, I've gone a long time without talking about McDonald's.
And you're going to go a little further.
Bloody hell, yeah.
1 point. So we keep adding points. We need to go back.
I'll leave McDonald's for another episode. We need to do one in a McDonald's car park.
That's the one where it goes like 12 seconds later.
No.
McFrappes.
I'm literally happy to do the next episode in a McDonald's car park.
Over in the
this
back
point.
of a car.
Yeah, we need this.
I don't want to be near a McDonald's near where we live.
Okay, we'll go out west.
We are out west.
No, out.
Oh, we're going to get shot.
We will get shot. We'll get
Okay.
harassed. The camera will get stolen.
They can do the pod. They can take over.
Well, it'll be. Oh my god! I was gonna say we're gonna become a multi-lingual pod.
We already do that.
We won't be because it won't be in English. It'll be.
Swahilian.
Yeah. Lesbians, they bake things and like they just stick their head in it. Basically, was the point.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't believe you wasted our time just to tell us that.
I feel like maybe we've meandered a little.
It's getting a little
A
dull.
little. It's getting a little dull.
Look how happy he is.
We've
though.
added a rabbit. I mean, what more do you want? Like,
I had to range that up. Find it, capture it, kill it, skin it, grill it.
the week ahead.
Already? Jeez.
Oh, jeez. That's been a good length. We want it longer.
I don't care.
They're never pleased. They always want it longer. I think it's a fine length.
Yeah, 3 sections.
I
The problem is if we go longer, it suddenly becomes...
It becomes multi-pod.
But there's no transition. Like the past few, we've like sort of, there's been a defined, this is this one, this is
No,
that.
I
This
think
one's kind of just
this is a
been-
good traditional 3-section lesbian bakery pod.
Yeah.
What should we call it? What do we talk about the most? We could call it hashtag dull and meandering.
Beauty, there it is.
But I want something that's going to make really like disappointed people watch. So it's like good to get like a topic that people will click on, but then they actually have no interest in watching it. So,
Have the tags as dull and meandering.
okay. Maybe this could be. What do we talk about?
Why podcasts are bad.
Yeah. Oh, what Joe Rogan doesn't want you to know. Or something.
There it is. Yeah. There it is.
What Joe Rogan isn't telling you about podcasts.
There it is.
Yeah,
You gotta
there we
ask
are.
stupid questions.
Yeah. It reminds me of the whole thing. It's like, this man figures out secret to aging. Doctors hate him, or whatever. That doctors hate him line.
Yeah.
I love that.
You
Like
know,
doctors are like, no, he
it's
figured it out.
This one simple trick before.
That's
bed,
it. The
yeah.
one simple trick. Yes. And then they're like,
The
doctors hate him.
Yeah.
Why would doctors care? It's
The bulk billing.
It's so stupid. It's like, oh my god, he figured out acne. He's like, no, I'm ruined.
He stopped eating like shit, and he started eating fruit. That dick.
Oh no, Superordinary does not support
Healthy eating.
healthy food.
No.
We
Look at the akimbo watch going on here. Anyway.
we fully support high sugar, high saturated fat.
If your weight
High
isn't
salt.
in triple digits, you're not trying hard enough.
It's true. If you're under 250 kilos, leave. I mean, I know it'll
The only things he signs are big fat dudes' guts.
You know why I love fat fans?
No.
It's because they're lazy. Once they click, they're
Oh,
very
they're
unlikely.
in,
They're
okay.
very unlikely to leave the room.
Sure.
They're very they're more likely to change the video, but
order more
not
Uber
that
Eats on
likely.
your secondary phone while you're watching ours.
Yeah, eat something.
Yeah.
Because then it doesn't matter if the podcast is good. We're just on. Just eat. Don't stop eating. Just have us on, and you're gonna enjoy yourself. You're eating. And then if you want to watch something better later on, you can have that with a better meal. But while you're watching this, just eat something.
We're like a snack podcast, you know?
Snackcast.
Like, get your
Eat.
Smith chips or your Doritos out and while you're having a drink. But if you're going to have dinner, go to something a bit more fancy.
This is the podcast for the fatties.
I like how we're telling people to go watch something else. Whereas everyone else is just... I love those videos where
The
they're
podcast
like...
that cares.
Yeah, don't watch us. I get all the other ones. They're like, oh, subscribe, you know.
We literally
here's the-
recorded a subscribe thing.
Oh, yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
But we haven't in the past.
This is the first time.
Well, we're trying something. If it doesn't work, we'll go back to self-loathing. But like all the other ones, they're like, oh, we're the only podcast. Watch us. Here's all the other videos. I don't give a shit if you watch the other ones. Just click this one, download
Man,
it.
do you want me to drop a link for Joe Rogan and a pinned comment? Yeah.
See if there is a Dan Aykroyd.
There is. I've watched it.
Yeah,
Dan
okay.
Aykroyd was on Joe Rogan.
Link
All
that
right. I'll pin that in the comments.
Could you imagine the traction we give him?
Mate, Joe Rogan's going to go off. Because he just came back to YouTube and he's going to be like, look at that, man.
What's going on, man? It's crazy. How long?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
What do you mean he came back?
He came back. He left. He went to Spotify.
Right.
And now he's come back to YouTube groveling because he saw what the Superordinary podcast is doing. He's like, I got to get back. I wish I could do a really good Joe Rogan impression, but I just don't have it.
You gotta be bald.
Um,
What was that? You trying to get the jaw?
yeah. Yeah, like, what does he do? Like, I don't know.
I
He's
don't
just
know.
like,
You watch him more than
I
me.
do. I should know. He's just like,
I only see the
okay,
main
man.
ones.
Okay, man. Okay, man.
It's crazy, man. It's
It's
crazy.
crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I don't know.
I don't, but we probably shouldn't bully the poor man.
Yeah, I know.
He's just trying to make a living.
He will not handle the hate. Like, if we start like bullying him, he'll break down. Like, Superordinary will destroy him. Destroy him.
If we're the straw that breaks the camel's back, we'll just get him on the pod.
Get us on InfoWars, by the way. Why are we not on InfoWars yet? Alex Jones, get us
He
on.
doesn't know of our puny existence.
What we need to do is start doing something that he thinks is like. He needs to think we're like part of the New World Order, so he like loses his shit and like starts reporting on us. There's a podcast. Superordinary. It's a new podcast.
Why don't you just message him and be like,
The New World Order.
you just message him? Honesty
Just
is the
message
key.
him.
Just be like, we have a shit podcast. We get no views. Do you feel like coming on? Because we love you.
We want you and Trump.
Yeah.
Trump, you know, like Trump, he never does podcasts. This is the one he does.
It's
I
not
love
even
what
like
you do.
We don't even slander him
Terrific.
either. It's great.
But it's really, I mean, maybe I slandered
If we had him on, I would.
Sleepy Joe, but otherwise I haven't really slandered. I haven't even slandered him.
If we had him on, it wouldn't be anything like. We wouldn't be mocking him. It'd be like we'd be asking his opinion on. Like,
I think I'd spend about 45 minutes on like, where do you get the hats made? How did you come up with that bill? Did you go through multiple? Like, I'd talk about the embroidery for like 20 minutes. Like,
I want to know how he's like thought of the dance. You know, he's just like, yeah.
I love the point.
Yeah, it's like his mannerisms are so unique. It's like, you know how all like the like Hillary and all that, they're like, yeah, woo-hoo, their points and stuff. His is like, it's so mechanical.
Now he gets out of the car. He gets out of the car now, and he's like, already doing it.
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
No, he's kind of yeah, like the YMCA.
Yeah, because that's what he uses. Well,
Young
this chair has been like grabbing my jacket the whole night. Stop it.
Best day would be jealous.
Best day. Best day's waiting.
What would we talk about with either Trump or Alex Jones on the podcast?
Oh my god, the week ahead. I'm gonna have to. I mean, that's a really good topic. Do we?
Gosh, just
For Christ's
check the
sake. My
time.
god. This lesbian's getting away. It's 5 minutes.
How quick can we be?
Let's do it.
All right. We've done stuff quicker in one.
Okay, so Superordinary is proud to announce that Donald Trump is going to be on the next episode.
Somehow, somewhere.
Somehow. Alex Jones is going to hook us up
What would we talk about? I'd honestly just be dull and meandering.
with Trump.
I don't think you could be dull and meandering because anything you'd say, you'd just be like, why am I here?
No. Yeah, how would it go? Because we would be like, we'd sit down and be like,
you two are the best podcast hosts. What the hell was that?
a phone.
Idiot.
We're like, I'd be like, welcome to Superordinary Podcast, episode 31.
We got the
we
big
have a
dog.
special guest tonight, Donald
The-
Trump.
No, the.
The Donald.
I'd probably just be sitting there just stroking his ego. the
No,
whole
no,
time.
but we wouldn't. And then I'd be like, I have something to tell you. You know what I mean? He's sitting there like waiting, and I'd be like, I was born in a small village, and I'll be talking about my village story for like 30 minutes, and he's just gonna be sitting there like,
When do we talk about
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Don't worry, the second section is going to be all me, and then the third section's all you.
Occasionally I'd like pause between my story about the beatings and the AIDS, and he'd be like, Mexico needs to build a wall, and I'd be like, and then I was beaten, like over the top. And he'd like keep trying to like come in with some political like statement.
No, what it'd be is you're doing your own podcast, and me and him are talking, but you just like we're all at the same desk, so like
Oh
we're
my
having
god,
like
it's a
a
nightmare.
yeah. We're trying to have an insightful conversation about something. You know, I'd be asking him how he's doing. You know,
He'd be like, oh, you're gonna talk about that? I'm gonna leave.
is that idiot over there going to constantly talk about getting beat?
Yeah. What's your deal? Why?
You're a funny little man. You're funny.
You're
But
funny. Funny little thing.
I have a spot for you in my electorate.
At the end, it's like, so Donald, like, what do you think about podcasts? I'll tell you, okay.
This is one of the worst.
I found it dull and meandering, okay? Little dull.
I agree with that comment.
I read a comment the other day, very true. Very true. Dull.
I've watched. Oh, could you imagine if he comes in?
And meandering.
I've seen. You know when people come on, they're like, "I've seen every episode." I'd be like, "Oh, okay. What was the?"
I've
comment?"
watched every episode.
I'd be
No
sitting
one's
there-
going to be saying that.
If someone does, I'd be like,
I love
okay,
that frigate episode.
What happened to the first 10 episodes? What?
Yeah.
Who was that's the go-to. What happened? Why did we have to take down the first 10?
What do you reckon
episodes?
about episode 6?
Did you ever see episode 6 before it was taken down?
Yeah. How big a fan are you? The week ahead.
We hope
I
Alex
want-
Jones is doing well.
I want you to follow, Alex Jones. I want you to
Get well soon.
get a Trump hat and an InfoWars shirt, and then go to your local lesbian bakery.
The one I showed you with the frog, where he's like going to. What's
Did you show me that? Yeah, you go into a lesbian bakery with your Alex Jones shirt and your Trump hat, and you're asking for an extra yeasty loaf. That's the week ahead.
Just go to a bakery and ask for a yeasty loaf from a female baker, and make it really awkward.
And go for a run before you go there, so you're sweaty.
Can you record it
get
and send
real
it to us? We'll put you on the pod.
It's actually a really good idea. If you do that, you'll get on the pod.
You'll just be the green. I'd love that. If so, people could just record random shit they do in the day. We'll just put it on the green.
Oh my
screen.
god, you can pass the footage.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it.
Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be a few dudes sitting there cranking it.
Oh,
Me
few
doing
dudes. And he loves it. So
Yeah, juice it up.
he's like, this is what I was waiting for.
Nah, just like random skits and shit like that, you know? Don't go out there and abuse someone. Like, I
We're
don't want
so
you-
lazy we're going to get the audience to make the videos for us.
Welcome
like-
to the life of being a successful YouTuber. All the work's done by everyone else.
It's a good idea.
You got to work hard at the start, and then you just hire an editor. The problem is, you are the editor, so editor in chief.
We should do like a Mr. Beast style video. We'll get like 100 African kids and be like, I fed these 100 African kids nothing but McDonald's for 6 months.
Just
What
the
happened?
Beast bars.
Yeah. Is that
Something
is that
tells me their stomachs would explode after like 2 bites of a fillet of fish.
Such a I took 100 kids from Africa and fed them nothing but fillet of fish for 6 months. This is what happened.
Just right at the end, it's just like, yeah, we got 3 left, and they're all morbidly obese because they're used to grains and rice.
Yeah, but honestly, even to all the haters, I love you.
Keep it coming.
I love you.
There's no such thing as a hater. There's only constructive criticism.
Hey, they're all viewers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. There's nothing wrong with a bit of bad press. Nothing wrong.
Ooh, 20 seconds, baby.
Ah, well, we better just.
Dun, dun, dun. Ba, 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 ba. I like this one camera setup. It's nice. 8, 7, 5, 4,
Can you count?
3,
8,
2,
7, 5.
1. I don't know what happened there.
My brain. She's fried. This is all the outro clip right now. This is the bonus clip. Welcome to Super Ordinary Bonus.